Hello, welcome to Old News, current issues through the eyes of yesterday, with one eye very much on the history man, the irreplaceable Terry Kringle, who did a lot of this so well for so many years, long before I was around. Anyway, I'm Howard Kane, and this is our first episode here on Manx Radio. Windmills, I thought I would take as my first topic because it's been very much an issue in the fore on the Manor Line with Andy Wint. And there's been quite a bit of talk about windmills, and of course it's been in the news because it's been suggested that wind could help power the island in years to come. And could we put windmills up either at sea or even on land? Various sites being examined. But the use of wind power to help the island's economy, nothing new, you might be amazed to hear. A correspondent writes in the Mona's Herald of Wednesday, April the 23rd. I will tell you the year in a moment. We do not make sufficient use of nature's giants in the Isle of Man. I refer, of course, to the wind. Holland has 10,100 windmills, each of which drains 310 acres of land at an average cost of 1 shilling an acre a year. They are in the neighbourhood of Crosby, and in the Blafcurricks, hundreds of acres of land lying comparatively useless, which, if properly drained, could be transformed in the course of time to a state equal to the best agricultural land on the island. Such a transformation would directly benefit the Isle of Man and its people in many ways. In the first place, it would increase the land under tillage, thus employing more labour and yielding more food. Secondly, the island would benefit from a health point of view when the stagnant marshes are changed into fruitful fields. And thirdly, it would change the aspect of the surrounding country, improving the scenery and making the district a desirable place of residence. I am aware that this suggestion is by no means a new one. Writers in the past have dilated on its utility, but so far nothing has been done. I believe the time is now opportune for the making of a start in the direction indicated. The drained land could be sold at a greatly enhanced value, as sites for villas and lodging houses would be required. Boating and fishing would also bring in a small revenue, and if the railway company laid out a park for football, cycling and other sports in the vicinity and organised or helped to promote by offering challenge cups, etc., athletic sports, cycling matches, model yacht races, football and cricket matches, and they also ran cheap trips in connection therewith, they would tap a substantial source of revenue. If proof of this were required, I need only instance the traffic induced by the football match at Peel last Thursday or by the athletic sports held at Laxey on Good Friday. Sound vaguely familiar? More sports, using the wind for power, that was being discussed by that correspondent in April of 1902. Just bring it up slightly more to date, and I would add, of course, as was being discussed by Andy and some of his correspondents on the Man Line much more recently, there was a trial of wind done on the Isle of Man in the 1960s. Does anyone remember it? In the Isle of Man Times, Friday, May 13th, 1960, the Douglas Corporation Water Committee have arranged for the annual inspection of the filtration plant, reservoir and watersheds to take place on Thursday, May the 19th, when their first visit will be to the filter plant, then by way of Onken, Begode Road, Cregnabar, Brandywell, Glen Helen, Ballacrane and Mount Rule, passing the Clips Gathering Ground, the Little London Reservoir site and the experimental windmill generator, presumably around Little London. And also, if you look to the same year, January the 29th of 1960, a picture of one of these windmills made it into the Isle of Man Times. The Isle of Man Electricity Board experimental 25 kilowatt wind generator at Crongnefedgic, Kirkmichael, erected as the results of experiments carried out in cooperation with the Ministry of Power. The generator has provided over 20,000 units during the few months it has been in operation. A much larger generator, 100 kilowatts, is now in operation on an adjoining site. A spectacular looking thing, but does anyone remember it? We believe one of the wings flew off it in a storm at some stage. A gentleman reckons he saw that happen. Get in touch if you have any thoughts on news past, but topics present. Howard Kane at manxradio.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you. Until next time, Cheerio.